Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. So this video is part 1 of the new moon in Taurus that is happening on April 27th, 2025. Part 2 is available on Patreon, where I go over sun, moon, rising placements, pull cards, see whatever channel messages are coming through. So when it comes to say part 1, there's 5 things that I want to share with you about this new moon in Taurus energy. And you know, the first thing of those 5 things are the numerology. So we are in a 9 universal year. I keep saying personal, I don't know why, but we're in a 9 universal year. When you add up the year 2025 and reduce to a single digit, we get the number 9. So universally, we are in a year of endings and new beginnings. We're wrapping up old cycles. And with us being in a 9 universal year, best believe some of the things that are coming to an end or the things that are starting are going to be things that are a part of our future, are a part of our world for a really long time. The things that are ending are things that, that are things that have been a part of our world for a long time. For some people, it's things that have been a part of your world for, say, almost 9-10 years now, a little bit less, a little bit more. But, in this 9 year, we can look forward to seeing endings and beginnings. I like to consider it like a circle. And when you think of a circle, the ending is the beginning. So with the ending being the beginning, there's always a reason to celebrate. So when something comes to an end, you should be excited and starting to look forward to what's going to come next. So yes, being in a 9 universal year, things are coming to an end as some things are starting. And this new moon is happening in April. So April is the 4th month. The 4th month the number 4 deals with stability. It deals with security. It's an energy that deals with commitment. It deals with structure. It deals with foundation. And whenever the number 4 is present, we will often find ourselves feeling irritated and frustrated, as it will reflect wherever our foundation is weak. This is where, I like to say pain is a bookmark that holds space for our transformation, because wherever we are experiencing discomfort in our lives, that's because something wants to rebirth from that place or shift or evolve to the next level. But something needs to be understood and secure when it comes to the foundation of that thing. So with this new moon happening in the month of April in a 9th year, something is definitely coming to an end, Taurus related. I'll get more into that later. But also too, it's an opportunity to address the foundation, because even if we start something new, we want to enter into a new thing with a fresh foundation, whether that's a new mindset, a new system. Things that need to be done different if we want to get or achieve something new. This new moon is happening on the 27th. The number 2 energy and the number 7 energy are both psychic energies, in the sense that the number 2 brings me to that gut instincts. It's like, I had a feeling about this. The number 7 is the crown chakra. It's, I knew it. And 2 + 7 is 9. And the number 9 energy, again, has to do with endings. The number 9 is a humanitarian energy. With this new moon happening on the 27th, the number 2 again brings me to nurturing. The number 7 is introspection. So this new moon energy has there's something around it that has to do with nurturing and reflection, but also release. And the energies of the day adds up and reduced to number 4 vibration. There we go with the number 4 again. And there's big stability vibes, security vibes when it comes to this new moon energy. So wherever our foundation is not stable or secure, there's going to be an opportunity to make space for something else. And with Taurus energy, just think about everything and anything that has to do with security within this earth realm. The new moon is at 7 degrees. And again, there goes that number 7 energy. So there's some need for spiritual understanding, deep reflection, or maybe even research. Definitely need to understand something on a deeper level in order to create stability or security is the emphasis when it comes to this new moon energy. So the second thing that I want to share when it comes to this new moon is what happens when we have a new moon in Taurus. So new moon, first of all, is when the sun and the moon are together at the exact degree. So imagine a perfect union between masculine and feminine energy, an ideal union between spiritual and physical. I think of bringing the practical together and the non-practical energy together and having them work together. So with a new moon energy being a perfect balance of masculine and feminine, it's like the sun is the father, it's masculine energy, and the moon is the mother, it's feminine energy. And the mother and the father comes together and we get the number 3, the child. The father is the idea, and the father, the son, implants the idea in the mother, the moon, which nurtures this idea and then gives birth to the number 3, which is, the child. It's a creative expression of an idea that the number 1, the son, the father, planted and was nurtured by the moon, the mother, and we have the effects of that. So a new moon is an energy to give birth to something new. A new moon is an opportunity to plant new seeds and nurture and manifest these seeds into tangible things. And with a new moon in Taurus, this is an opportunity for new beginning when it comes to stability, when it comes to comfort, when it comes to luxury, when it comes to Venusian related things. Taurus energy for me ties into the financial system, agriculture, education, the medical system. It's like Taurus energy for me ties into Taurus is like the earth. It's like earth energy itself. It's tangible physical energy. And I say that because when I think of like the opposition between Taurus and Scorpio, to me, Scorpio will be like the spiritual realm. Taurus is the physical realm, so Taurus is everything physical that brings comfort, that governs the human experience, where Scorpio is the opposition, the spiritual, everything spiritual, non-physical, that kind of puppeteers the physical experience, if you ask me. But with the new moon in Taurus, there's something brand new that's coming into your world wherever Taurus is in your natal chart. So you want to, pull your chart and look to see where Taurus is for you, what house Taurus is in, for you, and what other signs are there. And that's where you'll see new opportunities coming into your world around Taurus-based things. The third thing that I want to go into is the challenges around this new moon. And new moons, for me, I guess in my mind, my imagination, I always associate new moon energy with like positive energy, optimistic energy. It's like easygoing vibe, because normally for me, the full moons are what are normally intense. But this new moon feels like it's going to be an intense one, because there's a T-square being made to it. The only aspect being made to the new moon is a T-square. And I don't like the smoke when Pluto squares the moon. Like, you feel it intensely. And I feel like for me, the smoke with Pluto squaring the moon, like, first of all, the sun and the moon are together, which is good. I like when the sun and the moon are together in a new moon energy, because it's almost like a child having the father and the mother together and they're on the same accord. So because the father and the mother is together, the child doesn't have to feel torn and having to choose one, because they're operating as a unit. So to me, that's what creates a relief when it comes to the new moon energy, where it's like the mind, the practical side of ourselves and who we identify as, which is the sun, is in alliance with our inner world and how we're nurtured, intuition and all. So that's the good thing. But the challenge, you know, with Pluto squaring the new moon, Pluto squaring the sun and the moon, is like there's something happening when it comes to the sun, the moon, the new moon energy in Taurus. There's something happening with it that is like, first of all, Taurus energy deals with things that are fixed. Taurus energy deals with things like comfort, familiarity, where Pluto energy is in Aquarius and it's in an air place, and air and earth creates a square. But Aquarian energy is also fixed energy. It's fixed way of thinking, fixed way of seeing things. But with Pluto there, Pluto is creating some transformation, and we have to be honest when it comes to certain fixed way of seeing things and doing things that no longer works. And I feel like with that squaring the new moon energy, with the new moon in Taurus, I feel like this new moon could be like a interesting new moon in the sense that Taurus energy is one that deals with fixed familiar things. So when I think of like a new moon energy going into a place where things are fixed or familiar, I feel like Pluto and Aquarius creating this square to it is challenging certain changes that might feel hard, but these changes are necessary in order to bring forward the change that we say we really want. So I feel like when it comes to this new moon in Taurus, there's some things that we want, but it's going to, you know, challenges. It's going to take challenges to bring it through. And with Pluto squaring the new moon, there's something that we're refusing to own when it comes to our values, when it comes to our foundation, when it comes to who we identify as, how we nurture ourselves. There's something we're having a hard time owning. And when it comes to, say, Mars and Leo squaring the new moon, Mars and Leo energy, you know, is big, creative, expressive heart energy. And Mars energy there, I'm motivated by myself, my ability to express myself, my need to be creative. And that squaring the new moon energy to me would say that where the sun and the moon is, the new moon is like we want to bring things in, but we're too comfortable, or not too comfortable. We want change, but we don't want to change. We want change, but we don't want to change. We want change, but we're afraid of the unknown. And with Mars energy in Leo, Mars is in a place now where it has the courage to make things happen. But moon and, you know, sun and moon and Taurus energy, you know, is a creature of comfort. So it's almost like there's this battle when it comes to our comfort and the change that we say we really want. And that brings me to the fourth thing when it comes to this new moon. And the fourth thing deals with what is unexpected. And I feel like when it comes to, say, this new moon energy and what's unexpected, I feel like the unexpected is the things that may come up that feels like negativity. And these things that'll come up that feels negative is to push us to make change. It goes back again to, for me, pain is a bookmark that holds space for our transformation. It's things that create discomfort within us, and that discomfort is helping us to change, is helping us to grow. So around this new moon energy, you know, pay attention to the irritation and the frustration that you feel, because that's where the opportunity is to grow. That's where you need to address. That's where you need more stability, more security. You know, that's where the foundation needs to be strengthened. And it brings me now to the fifth thing that I want to share around this new moon in Taurus. And the fifth thing are the blessings. And when it comes to, say, the blessings around this new moon energy, the blessings feel bittersweet. And the reason why the blessing feels bittersweet is because it feels as if one thing has to be given. You have to give up one thing in order to get another. Like, what's coming to mind is I think of the child who has grown up to a point where them walking around with their blanket everywhere seems a little bit strange to the other children, or them still sucking a pacifier seems a little bit strange to the other kids. And they're at a point where they want to be social, they want to connect with other children, they want to play with other children. And it's like they have to give up the blankie, or they have to give up the pacifier in order to get out there and play and interact with the other children. And the thought of giving up the blankie or the thought of giving up the pacifier is so terrifying. But in the process of giving up the blankie and the pacifier, not only does it symbolically reflect a level of growth and transformation within themselves as individuals, it opens up the door also for new opportunity and reflects to them their level of independence and growth. And I feel like when it comes to this new moon in Taurus, there is a bittersweet feeling about it, as you have to give up one thing in order to move forward to the next. And when you think of the things like the example of the child, like if the child continues sucking the pacifier or their finger, they're going to ruin their teeth. So it's time they give up this thing of comfort. When it comes to the blankie, if they keep needing to take the blankie everywhere, their social skills, there's going to be issues when it comes to their social skills and self-confidence. So it's like the things that they're being called to give up are things that they've gotten to a stage within their life where they need to give these things up, because holding on to these things will only be detrimental to their growth, to their human experience. So I feel like for us, when it comes to this new moon and Taurus energy, Taurus deals with our values. So of course, when it comes to our values, it's going to be hard to release certain things pertaining to our values, even when it comes to negative things. And I think of when it comes to, say, our values and Taurus and second house energy, we could value certain things and don't even know we value the things we value until like someone calls out our behavior, we recognize a pattern within ourselves. Like I think of a person who will condemn others for certain things and then they'll turn around and do something similar but justify it and find a different reason to say it's okay because they value a thing about that. Taurus energy also deals with money, with our finances. So when it comes to the blessings of this, there's opportunity for money to come in, but with, say, Mars finally in Leo, you might have to take certain action and be brave and have courage to make certain things happen in order to step into the finances, the money that wants to come into your world, in order to access the financial opportunities that are knocking at the door and out there waiting for you. So yeah, when it comes to this new moon and Taurus energy, there is definitely a bittersweet about it, as you have to give up this thing of comfort, this thing that you're familiar with, this thing that has been a part of your world for a while, but it's come to a point where this thing is now a clutch. It's like a setback. It's hindering your growth. And this thing could be, let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30 minutes tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. Say maybe certain habits that you have, that is a way of comfort, certain comforts that you have that are holding you back. It could be certain relationships that are like crutches, certain connections that are like crutches, certain habits, certain things that you rely on as a form of comfort. And this thing has been a part of your world for some time now, but you're being called to release it. So even though this is a new moon and new opportunities are coming in, with this new moon, it will feel as if you have to give up something to get something. You have to give up something in order to get to the next level. And if you refuse to give up something, it's like, that's fine. You don't have to give that thing up, but it'll start working against you. It's like the baby with the blanket, and it's either their blanket or them going out into the world, and they could choose the blanket, but then their growth is being, is being restricted, because when they go out into the world, they're challenged, they have new experiences, they're able to grow, they're able to be stronger, but the blanket keeps them isolated. Or the sucking of the finger or the pacifiers, either they hold on to that or they give that up so that they could have new experiences. And I feel like when it comes to this new moon, it's like we get to decide, do we hinder our growth, stagnate our growth because we don't want to give up our comforts, or are you going to be honest with yourself about your foundation, about the instability that you feel, the lack of security that you feel, and give up the comforts? Because in the process of giving up the comforts, it's almost as if it's symbolically walking through a new door for new blessings and new opportunities. So yeah, when it comes to this new moon in Taurus, this was part 1. Part 2 is available on Patreon. Pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a brown heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.